Hey, and welcome again to the Battle of Bull Run. Uh, I have 17,000 men against 25,000 Confederates. So it's quite a lot, but it's counting the reinforcements that come in. So from the start, maybe it will be about equally numbered. I'm not entirely sure, but something like that. Uh, just get started here. Okay, so they're guarding this section, and it's near impossible to cross this bridge. And this section too, actually. You need to flank them from the left, which is what the battle plan is. Okay. And it'll come in from here. Right. And we'll hopefully end up on Henry Hill here and be able to hold it against Johnston when he comes in with the counterattack. And it advises us to do a feint attack. Not going to do too much to this bridge here. Just going to distract it and pretend that we're attacking. The real goal is Matthews Hill here. And our troops will come in from here, and this is extra troops that we get for this battle. Okay. I'm gonna send one over here, because sometimes you can actually get a brigade from Matthews Hills over here to sort of protect against this attack. And we're going to do combined division here and move the cannons up. I'm not gonna have them fire and waste their supply. Just gonna do one volley, take some damage, and then fall back. Don't want to waste too many men on it, and can speed forward through this part. It's not too interesting yet. This is where we get Tyler. If we combine all of it, actually we get a brigade of 2,100 men. This is useful. It's okay stats as well. You just want to be careful. Sometimes the AI actually will attack across the river here against your lone brigade over here. I'm gonna run him across so it doesn't take too much cannon fire. And let's see if we can just make our presence known here. And also over here. Okay, so the AI has troops coming in. Now we're rather heavily outnumbered. If the battle is too difficult, you can see, well, we have 1,000 two-star troops there. And 1,000 there, so we're actually not gonna do anything at all. Just make our presence known. We're gonna fall back and wait until we can cross here safely. Let's see if we can get our troops to show up. They should be coming in any minute now. So we have some scouts coming in. We can cross up here with it. Just so we use the group function here to move all the units at once. If you actually select the unit all at once, then the general won't run in front of your units, and you will arrive at the same time. Which is the thing, it's an okay, good mechanism, because you don't want excuse me, your general to run in front of your troops. Yeah, sometimes we'll do sort of a counter-attack down this hill, so we want to be a little careful in your deployment of your troops here. Just going to speed forward until our units get into position. And see if we can sneak up here and find some unprotected units, and also see if we can just discover how many forces they have on this bridge, or on this hill, sorry. We have the last of our, my men coming in. Later, some more that we have the AI cavalry can't quite compete with it, so we can save our cavalry anyway. We did see a cannon here. I didn't manage to scout it that well. Sometimes I actually like to send a brigade this way to see if we can clear this crossing here. Let's see what he has up here. I think the 3D terrain is really cool here. You really see this is a hill, this is not a hill, and you will be attacking uphill here. Okay, the cavalry is still here, but if we can draw them in, maybe we'll be able to destroy it, or at least get some pot shove on it. Yep, that's useful. Yep. Okay, and we get extra units here that are not from my army actually, but they are welcome anyway. And our scouts are wounded, but we took out their cavalry unit, so that's nice. Let's get around the flank here, and this guy can continue this way. We'll have troops arriving from here as well. It's nice if you can get them across the river earlier than earlier than you otherwise would, because if you don't send the force this way, you have to force your way across the river. Get some heavy cannon fire coming from here. Have to wait until all the men are here almost, because they have some large brigades, and also Hampton's Legion is coming in. Ouch. It's going to be a heavy fight for Matthews Hill. I might just go for a draw here, inflict 15% more casualties on the enemy, because it really looks like it has a lot of troops. So it'll depend on how the battle will progress. At least we're taking out some cannons here, doing some damage. So it's really important to see if you can catch the cavalry early on. Or not the cavalry, the cannons, because if you the AI has cannons here, good luck crossing the river here. Okay, and the AI is counter-charging, but I think we should be able to deal with Bartov here. Yep. We'll move around this way and see if we can. Hampton's Legion is falling back now actually, so we should have an okay easy time dealing with the hill position here if we can push past Bartov here. Gonna start pushing just a little bit on B here as well, see if we can make the AI fall back. Oh, that was too close. Okay, so the AI has a strong brigade here and some skirmishers. We're gonna see if we can concentrate as many troops as possible, get as close as possible, and then see if we can charge. B's brigade is fortified on the hill here, so it can be a bit difficult getting him out of the fortification. Bartov here is taking a lot of damage. I'm mostly worried about the cannon now. I'm gonna fall back. This brigade is doing a lot of damage actually. It is fortified, I think. The player doesn't have access to this fortification, but it looks to me like it's fortified because it can shoot in all directions here. So I'm just gonna fall back here. Give up on trying to flank them too soon. Can make Bartov fall back again. We really need to take out this cannon here. See if we can run up the hill here. If we get in a too long fight here, then we'll lose a lot of men just taking down the cannons. We'll be in range. So we have Sherman coming in here. Again, Hampton's Legion decided to attack over here. This can also be a small distraction just to occupy some forces. Really like to take out this cannon here now. Yeah, there we go. Cannons are shot, it hurts. Perry is in a bit of trouble here. Okay, let's see if we can charge now. Four brigades against one, and some cannons. Need to get at this cannon here as quickly as possible and get some fire on B here. Come on. There we go. See if we can get a volley off. The casualties going not that well. Come on, shoot. We have one more brigade coming in. Gonna try to see if we can get up the hill. Otherwise it's a bit too boring. Just don't have the casualties done to not do it. We need to keep going forwards. Good part is we destroyed 2 batteries over here in the fight for Matthews Hill. Can almost destroy Bowden here by now. Can combine this guy. I'm not sure if I should be happy or not that Hampton's Hill is off on a wild goose chase against Perry here, because it means he won't be on the hill to defend it once the assault starts. But I'd really like to get across this river here, though. I think it's difficult, though. Yeah, Bartov is here now too. That's not going to happen. So there's only one way up the hill then. Yeah. do as much damage as we can. Woods here are quite strategical. It's quite strategic points because it allows you to get cover while climbing the hill. So I'll see if I can push into it. Okay, so they have 4 brigades guarding the river. It makes it very difficult to cross it. Let's see if this force over here will be enough to get up the hill. Cannons as close as possible. There's a Stuart will join the battle later, so you want to make sure not to leave your rear too exposed. Actually, could go for the draw now, but we're so far ahead in the attack that it would be a shame. So just keep going up the hill and hope Jackson actually won't be a stone wall up there. Okay, so the rebels are going to withdraw, but I'm not sure these forces will withdraw fast enough. As close cannon support as possible. Okay, so the AI is withdrawing now, which is really good. Otherwise, I'm not sure what I could do here. Oops, this button here. Yeah, there we go. And the AI is retreating, so we're gonna cross this section of the river. To run into position here. I think troops are exhausted anyway, so if we run or not, maybe it doesn't matter too much. Except that they're slow to get there. Okay, yeah, I went back into the entrenchment. It's a bit annoying. Let's see if we can get Stuart here. Come on. Okay, that's some excellent damage on the 2nd Virginia there. And if we can keep them from getting up the hill, maybe we can actually push up the hill here really well. That would be perfect. Let's keep the forces here and close the port. Let's see if this cannon can do some damage. They've been waiting long enough. Okay, we managed to push Stuart back. And would it be sneaky enough, or too sneaky to take this position here? Not sure. Don't have any idea what's in this forest. But I do know I want to get as much damage as I can on the fortress trying to get back on the river. I think I want to leave a brigade here guarding the rear. And I think a cannon in there would be useful to keep pushing these units forward. Otherwise the AI will fall into my rear. I think he's already doing it. The Hampton Legion is coming in. Okay, and it's charging. Fresh brigades. Jackson is charging. I read actually that recently this funny detail from the battle that B was yelling at Jackson to charge and called him a stone wall, like he wouldn't move, and that's why he got the name. B died in the battle, unfortunately, and I was never able to confirm it, but apparently his advisor insisted that's what happened, so I think that's it's a funny detail. Okay, and here we can use our close cannon support because the brigades, Jackson's brigades, are quite strong. You can really see the value of Perry here in this position. He keeps the AI from crossing the bridge, and now we're taking damage over here slightly. Let's see if we can capture the supply wagon. Not sure what it's doing, but we're gonna take advantage of it anyway and fall into the rear of these forces here. So far, I think we're doing okay. Getting up the river nice and slow, and my general is okay. He's here. Perry is doing an excellent job at keeping these forces from simply just getting up the hill. I need to make sure not to. Yeah, the Hampton Legion is really strong. Okay, whoa, it's gotten too close here. Damn it. I need to overwhelm these veteran brigades with many troops because they can be very strong. Gonna ignore this position for now, sort of one-on-one here, and just go directly for Hampton and just flank here. Okay, there's charging again. How is this guy? He's low on condition but good on morale, so maybe if we can get some flank shots on this guy. Whoa, I haven't seen that before. He managed to charge through. Okay, but he might still route the right way, hopefully. Yeah, we're really pushing up the hill now. We have some cannons up here that we're gonna have to deal with. I think if we occupy this position here, we should be okay, maybe. The problem is we really need to be established on the hill when Johnson counterattacks, because the counterattack is quite heavy, and if you're not established on the hill once Johnson shows up, I am a bit worried about what can happen. Now we're pushing out. We have some routing units, but I think it's okay. They're gonna recover. And Woods is not really participating in the fight. He's taking a long time to move. Still ignoring the troops up there. Next man needs to bring these cannons in too. I'm not sure why I forgot about those. Okay, and we're getting into position to be able to deal with these cannons. They are heavy, heavy cannons. In the real historical battles, these cannons that were standing here and shooting on the, maybe here actually, and shooting on the Union troops coming up here, and there was a huge artillery battle, like back and forth here, and the Union cannons were captured and recaptured and so on for lots of the battle. Okay, let's see if we can do something about these Virginians up here, or South Carolinians, or actually maybe not. There's another bees recovering. Have our forces split a bit on all fronts here. It is not exactly what I want, but Sherman and 1st Ohio is finally getting up the hill. Okay, and the AI decided to attack Key here instead. Let's see if we can hold our ground. We have the flank, and hopefully these cannons can make it across the river. Excuse me, I have a bit of a cold, so I might cough a little along the way. Okay, so we actually managed to get up the hill. I'm a bit surprised. The AI was a bit aggressive on this front, trying to hold me back. And this is, I mean, I guess this is what you do, right? You distract it over here, but you try to, as advised in the beginning, you draw forces over here, and your flank attack will work over here. So I guess it's battle plan success. Still have 53 minutes until Johnson shows up, where we need to establish as much crossfire as we can at the cannons here. And I'd really like to have 3 batteries over here that won't be much use to deal with Johnston. I know I don't know how to pronounce his name. There's someone called Cook's Brigade. I'm gonna call him Cook's Brigade. It's really large, and don't have anything really to counter him. Okay, so Sherman can move up here now and get to the woods. We're finally dealing with these veteran South Carolinians who've been causing all of these forces to hold up for the duration of the battles. And how are my supplies doing? I still have supplies left, that's good. These cannons are running a bit short on ammo already, and might be a problem later. So historically, the Union never managed to get up the hill actually here. They got stuck on this edge after many delays, and the Confederates came in by train, counterattacked, and basically drove the Union in a panic back to Washington this way. Oh, interesting detail. This is where the second battle of Bull Run mostly takes place. Jackson is positioned up here, the Union counterattacks here, and then if you manage to counterattack properly as the Confederates, you'll drive the Union here against this position here, and eventually you'll drive them off Henry Hill, hopefully, if you do a good job. It's kind of cool how the same battlefield was used twice in a very different way, and if you go read about it, I'll see if I can post a link in my video. It's a quite interesting battle, and yeah. Okay, back to this one. The Confederates counterattack, and don't have the position I wanted on the hill actually. Cannons are not really there yet. I'm gonna see if I can get them up there. Also, the important thing is to have your brigades rested, which they didn't really have time to do. So I'm a bit worried about the counterattack. Bring more cannons up here. Still have how many? 1, 2, 3. 3 cannons on the hill, and yeah, more men now it seems, or at least as many as the Confederates. Okay, and the cannons are coming in. Some key positions on this hill. I mean, obviously, this woods is one. This woods is one. But this woods here can be used to cut the Confederate counterattack in two, if you manage to push back the brigade coming up through here. But we'll see how that goes. I'd like to actually combine some divisions here, but I'm not sure which ones belongs to where, and I am rather occupied on the front line. Let's see. Third division. How about these two guys then? Not going to reply to this guy yet. Sorry, he'll have to wait. The epic Joey. And my supply wagon. Here. Okay, so we want to make sure these batteries get some supply. We have Tyler actually, who hasn't participated that much. He can get to the front line. He might replace Perry up here. Okay, and we managed to get Heinzelmann into one division here towards our rear. The Hampton Legion is still going strong. Did he lose half his men? Still charging. It's a strong brigade, this one. See also the importance of just make sure you can extend your flank. Actually, I would have liked to have an infantry brigade here in reserve. They're all over here somehow. Somehow I put them there. But this is how battles evolve sometimes. You end up with a strong flank or a weak flank, and you have to make do with the position you got in. Okay, so here's Cook's brigade, and we want to make sure we have fire on it as soon as possible. We can redirect Perry here. We want... Okay, we're gonna skip the switching flanks. We're just gonna get keys up here, and it's pretty much pressure. It doesn't look like their left flank is as strong, so let's see if we can put some pressure on it. Break the Virginians here and really just get in on them. Use the hill to our advantage here. And more rebels are coming. Of course they are, because they are counter-attacking. And here is the first one charging in. Let's see if we can stop him in his tracks, get as much fire on as possible. This is why you need the cannons to engage, and we can do a lot of damage on him. Lots of canister shots. Loomis, come on Loomis. Oh, he's my veteran brigade, and he is holding his ground. Excellent. And the cannons here in the rear are doing everything they can to push him back, and we've managed to break him. Okay. Can really do a lot of damage to this poor brigade, but he's actually coming up on the left, so I was wrong, I guess. Let's see. Now we're gonna have to hold the left, so he attacks the middle, draw the troops, and then gonna do a punch over here too. And the supplies are almost running out. I don't think we can do much more to supply our army, so we just need to do with what we have. Okay, this left is coming up strong now. We have 3 fresh brigades here, and we don't have much to counter it over here. We need to fall back, even though we have Heinzelman here is pretty strong, to give some ground. Come on, fall back. See if we can shoot in the flanks. Shoot in the flanks here. This is where I need a reserve brigade here to hold the line, right? Unfortunately, I do not have it. Okay, where is my general? Can he move in for support? He's over here. Come on, yes. Okay, so we managed to get some nice flanking shots on Smith. We can fall back, refuse the line here, and get some ground, give up some men. Rookies from my own corps, unfortunately. But that is how war is. Sometimes you must sacrifice some so others can live. That's not from war, it's from somewhere else. Loomis can combine Division 2 actually, and see if I can make some stronger brigades up here to counter all this heavy fire here coming in. Wilcox is taking heavy fire. But the cannons are doing their job at just blasting away at them. This is why I was so concerned about getting them up here and getting them into position, because if they're not, you can see how many troops the AI will counterattack with. Did he have about 8,000 men in fresh troops, I think? It's vital to have something to have a position here, strong, well supported by artillery, and preferably rested men. Let's move the general back up here. Okay, so some Confederates have to fall back here. Sort of got it stabilized now. I don't think the AI can come back from this. I'm going to speed up. Still have a few hours of game time left. Don't ever speak to Zoom, because here comes Smith on the left. Just slow it down. I still need to get some support over here. The right is fairly secure. I don't feel entirely confident about my left. I need to get the general to safety. Did I take care of the Hampton Legion? I think so. Let's move Harkar up here for reserve. The final line if it becomes necessary, but you can see on the force bar here that the AI has lost quite a bit of men in the process. It's difficult. You can see here we have the 3D terrain. It's uphill here. Mostly flat here, I suppose, but up here it's uphill. Here it's uphill. And I have a strong position here with cannons and manpower. Fairly solid line here. Okay, we lost. Who died? Poor captain, this cannon here. Okay then. Yeah, he died. Not one of mine though, so that's the good news. Of course, it's never fun when your generals die, but I find it sort of it's a nice role-playing thing. You're sort of upset when your pet officers die and see your pet brigades being shot to pieces. Loomis is of course part of Tyler here now, and can't see him directly, but still it would hurt somewhere, especially later when I hopefully get him to be a 3-starred brigade. Yule is coming out one more time. Okay, I think the rest of the battle should progress fairly easy now. I don't think the AI has many options yet. He really lost a lot of men here, and you can see also how all of my cannons can be in range of the center position here, where you don't want to lose your men. Here's where the first clash happened. Almost broke through the line here into the cannons, but in the end it held out. The scales has been a valuable asset. I'm not sure. I mean, cannons can do a lot of damage from close range on the distance. I feel like they're mostly for like morale, and you can do some anti-cannon shots. But it's good if you can get them on their flanks or in close support. Well, they'll do the most damage. Of course, you risk losing them as well. Ouch. See, the AI is reforming on the left now. This is what they'll do sometimes, is if they don't break through somewhere, they'll try somewhere else. It doesn't have the manpower for it, I think. So we're gonna move up to occupy the strategic woods here, and see if we can't get on the flanks of him. Fall back. Again, fall back, refuse the line. Don't fight battles where you're losing more men than your enemy. That's from Sun Tzu, I think, or just general common sense. So if it looks like you're not winning the firefight from where your position are, you still have room to bend your line backwards. I think my line started here, and I actually bend it all the way around here. So you bend with the tide, so to speak, and then come in from the flanks and hit them. Oh, the AI has cannons down here. See if Wagner can deal with this. But now we see we bend the flank the other way to deal with the counterattack, and our cannons will now be able to shoot into the flanks of these poor Confederate soldiers. So not a great way for the Confederate army to start the war. If this had been... Okay, that was a bit careless of me. Exposed the flank of Tyler to cannons. It's hurting my men a lot. Come on, Sherman. And the Tigers here are sneaking around the back. I don't think they can really pose a big threat. Bit concerned about losing my officers now, though, and don't want to lose too many men either. And battle has been lasting for a long time, and I've been lucky so far. This guy's out of ammo. I think we need to bring him back here. Okay, so we took care of the batteries now, finally. Good. Okay, definitely safe on the hill now. Just like to dispense of Smith here. See if we can shoot him in the rear. Just gonna speed it up and let the battle end here. Baldwin has been taking a lot of fire. Which else took? There was a brigade in the beginning. Maybe he's part of a division now. In the beginning that took quite a bit of damage from Hampton's brigade. Ouch, see here, it hurts a lot. These veterans are still going strong. Don't want to engage you all anymore. It's not really worth it. Yeah, it's also decided to pull back, so maybe this will be the last shots of the battle. But what a bloodbath here. And not sure what these guys are doing. I think maybe they just saw Baldwin as a exposed target and decided he was worth it. Run up the hill, don't get shot in the rear. Yeah, there we go. I think maybe he's trying to flanking maneuver, but the AI has so few numbers now that it doesn't really matter, and we can finish the battle. Okay, victory. So what happened here? Casualties. 3-1 casualties on an offensive battle. It's not too bad, and we have a bunch of promotions. Only okay, we lost. That's not our officer though, and I think this is one of mine. He was wounded, Brigadier General. And nice, we captured some weapons here, which we can use to equip our brigades. Oh, cool. All right, I'll see you in the next battle. Thank you.